Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching Shushoku Cafe. This is a video we talk about the job and the positions and opportunity for Japanese company or Japan-related opportunity in USA. And this is Takeshi Quick USA, and I would like to introduce you to our co-host, Kasha-san.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kasha. I'm the founder of Ikigai Connections, and I run the job board called Nihongo Jobs. And this video series of Shushoku Cafe, we're hoping to just shed some light on many topics. And by the way, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat or send us a note. Somehow we're all over the social media channels, so let us know if you have a burning question. But today we're talking about entry level. What does this mean? There's quite a few things to talk about it, but we'll keep it short and simple for you. So I'll start it off by saying that it's kind of the elephant in the room. Why do companies mention entry level and they want like 2 years of experience? So
Yeah.
this is kind of a big topic among both the recruiting side as well as the job seeker side. So basically, there's lots of different definitions about what entry level really means, but it's just for people who are starting off their career. And sometimes, yes, it will, depending on which job board you're looking at, entry level could mean anywhere from 0 to 4 years, is what I've been seeing. Me, for example, on the job board, I use 1 to 3. And there's the other category of no experience required, and that is for true, people who have no work experience whatsoever. Now, keep in mind that sometimes your part-time work experience, your internships that you have during school, or if you're maybe doing apprenticeships for, some kind of skill, that could technically apply to in some cases for certain roles. So it's important to just, when you see entry level, you might need to dig a little deeper to see what exactly they mean. But employers aren't out to get people and make the whole situation too confusing. It's just what is appropriate in their industry. So just be curious and take a look into the job ad details to see what it actually means. And maybe your part-time experience working as a cashier or at a car wash or wherever you're working could actually apply, because every job opportunity has some experience that you can transfer over to the next career, whether it's customer service, whether it's handling money, whether it's social media. All of these transferable skills could apply. What do you think? What have I missed, or what is your perspective as a recruiter?
All right. First of all, I really agree at what you say. Like entry level, depend on the company, it's different. Like some of the companies say this is the entry level position, but it means entry level is okay for this industry. They want to have the experience for the different things, something like that. So it's very vague, which I really agree. But overall, entry level is great opportunity to start your career. So from our perspective, from the recruiter side, we always talk with the candidate, not only for the short-term goals. Like, of course, it's important to get some positions and then get whatever you want at the beginning. But sometimes when you are starting your career, when you're building your career, you have a big goal. Like, I want to be this. Maybe at this moment, you are not qualified for your job for this one. But let's break down, what is important to have this experience, this knowledge, this. Like when you break it in there and they see from there this entry level position, maybe this one is gonna be first step for you to start for your career, to building one step to others and then one step to others. So sometimes when we talk about the opportunity about entry level, somebody could be feels offended. Why am I entry level? Because I have experience on this industry, or I have experience that did experience. Why am I first entry level? It means like you have experience. They see you as a talent, but entry level for that industry or for that specific positions. But they see you the potential. That's why it's for recruiter side, like an entry level position is like a great opportunity, full the opportunity to start your career. And other things, one thing I want to add it on is like for Japanese company, it's different than the US company, the mentality. In Japan, we tend to hire all freshmen every year in April, no matter what their background is. They think about your potential. So they hire all of them and then they start training you from scratch. So they have the idea of seeing the potential and then grow them together. So if you want to start creating your career, having thinking about Japanese company in US is more opportunity for you to train you and to grow together or something like that. So that's going to be from a recruiter perspective why the entry level position and job is good for those candidates.
Yes, and I will add on to that from a job board perspective, a few things that I didn't mention in the first part. Just like Takeshi-san was saying, when you are reading these job ads, it's actually a really good way for you to do research on a particular industry and what steps are required to get to advanced levels. So let's say you have a dream to be, I don't know, a senior architect at a company. Well, if you are currently still in school and you look up senior architect on a job board, then you will see what certifications are required, how many years of experience are required to get to your goal. So probably won't get that job immediately upon graduation, but reading about it may help give you some advice on what other classes you need to take, what other certifications you should start studying for, what kind of companies maybe you can start working at to get the basic experience or some kind of, accreditations that you may have to get to a particular level. So think of it as a great way to do research into your future dream desired career. And just like Takeshi-san said, the entry level for that particular role in the industry is going to be requiring different skills, especially if you're coming from a completely different background, which actually leads us to our next topic of the people who are JETs or on the MEX program in Japan. They are technically working in Japan. They're getting their 2 to 4 or 5 years of experience working, but then they come back to the US and they're trying to find a job. And the big question is, well, how are my skills transferable? How can I find a job? Is it only entry level that I get to find? It really will depend. So, if you are an ALT in Japan on the JET program for 3 years, you have a lot of transferable skills that you're going to need to promote on your resume. Grading homework is something that you can mention, and maybe that skill in itself won't apply to working at, for a science-based company, except maybe, administrative assistant. You can say, I know how to deal with paperwork, with computer systems. I know how to deal with strong personalities. I know how to, manage a strict schedule, timekeeping. You have to kind of be curious about what you've done and promote yourself to the role that you're going to apply for. But if you are applying for a job that has nothing to do with Japan or JET or teaching or CIR roles or anything like that, you may need to consider lowering your expectations about what you are considered as entry level in that role. I'm not saying this to disappoint anybody or kind of put you down. I'm just saying you can promote yourself, but you also have to be a little bit realistic and think about the employer and what they're looking for ideally. And just a quick tip before I ask Takeshi-san his advice is if you are on the JET or MEX program or any other study abroad program in Japan and you know you're going to be looking for a job in a year or so, it actually might be a good idea to start doing some research now. Of course, I'm biased. I have a job board, but just go onto any job board and see what ads are out there. What do I need to start doing just to get familiar with what's out there and not wait until the very last day when you come back home and now you're like, oh, I have to find a job right away. Little bit of planning in advance will help, relieve that pressure. But if you have the ability to have some time to job search upon your return to the US, that's great too. And then you could have as much fun as you want in Japan while you're still there and then do the job search. But just keep in mind, sometimes that job search takes a little bit of time and stress. So just if you're you'd like to plan in advance, that might be a good idea. But Takeshi-san, what is your experience with people who have come back from the JET or MEX program? How do they search for jobs? Are they all stuck with just entry level? What are your thoughts?
So from my experiences, we usually have a Japanese company in US. So right now it's becoming more popular about a JET program because when they are a student, they also had the teachers in their school. So they can imagine like, who are they and then what they are doing and then how they are communicative about it. So it's getting better and it's getting noticed a little bit more. So there's more chances that they consider that the jet experience is some great experiences about the communication skills and then so many times there's no plan, but the teachers, the person go there, like, do it in there, something like that. So it's like a survival skills. There's always some changes happening there, but somehow, you figure it out. And you are very independent because you might be only one teacher in that school, something like that. So you have to be independent. You have to do it by yourself, something like that. So that kind of the confidence, and you are kind of the PR person, marketing person of the US to those students. So you are promoting your culture, you're promoting your languages. So that kind of experiences can use a lot. So even like you are applying for entry level positions, but we tend to be able to negotiate the salary like for the higher end, even the entry level, like if, say example, if they say like 45 to 50, but if you have those experiences, we tend to go more like higher end of that or something like that. So even the entry level, but those experiences for sure they value about it as well. And then some of the position can be transferable as well. So we have some media company, they are looking for researcher for those news. So those understanding about the both cultures and those communication skills and the administrative skills as well, or like some position who is like a promoting their item, not only for the sales, but maybe promoter over some product, something like that. And then some of the position which is maybe a title, maybe coordinator, like admin coordinator, something like that, which could be between like Japanese in here, and then for the local employees to be the bridge in there. For that position, you are not entry level. You are already having the experience about it. So what I want to say is like experience in JET, it's a great experience. It's valuable a lot. So as Kasha-san said, like it's difficult beginning how to promote, what's experience in there. But if you plan it, it's brilliant experiences.
Yes, and I will add one more last thing for the people who are kind of mid-career and they've decided that they would like to try something different. Sometimes it seems as if the only way to get into a new industry is with an entry-level role. And at that point, you may feel frustrated and be like, oh, but I don't want to lower my salary or I don't want to start all over again. Just keep in mind that if you are switching industries, you may need to start at the bottom at the beginning. But then once you pick up on things, which I'm sure you will because you've been in your career for a while, you can pick up on new topics and new skills quickly. And now you know how that works in business or academia. So don't feel too frustrated in doing that. Just think that if that's what's going to make you happy, if you really want to try something new, you've got this. Just go start off, maybe lower your expectations a little bit. Start somewhere new that you know that you could possibly rise through the ranks and maybe get a little bit to like where your current level is. And you never know what could happen that way, but you won't know until you try. So if you're not happy in your current path in your career, try something new and see where it takes you. You can always go back if needed. So I think that's about it for at least for me, Takeshi-san. Do you have anything else you want to add on this topic of entry level?
The one thing, as I mentioned, like entry level is not only negative side. You have to start from scratch, something like that. It's for me, it's like a great opportunity for you. And as Tasha said, maybe you have to start like in the bottom of the company. But for those person in the mid career, something like that, if you have some experiences, your growth speed is much faster than fresh graduate for sure. So I really want to have everybody to have opportunity and a positive mind about those positions.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Hope this was helpful. Please let us know if you have any comments or questions. Also, if you have any other ideas or topics that you'd like us to answer, just let us know and we'd be very happy to answer. So thanks again for watching another video of Shushoku Cafe, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.